Wow, this is insane!
The conditions out here on this otherwise calm day need to be seen to be believed.
Previously on Sailing Bohemia, we said goodbye to the Baja
Goodbye, Baja.
as we embarked on our slow crossing of the Sea of Cortez. We visited Isla San Esteban and found out why its name translates to "leave if you can." And we sailed across the middle of the sea, reaching Isla San Esteban, where we met the island's population of unique lizards.
Well, this is what I call urgent exit required. It's crazy how much we are moving. It's just totally just arrived about 20 minutes ago from nowhere. There's no wind, but the sea over there is pretty much boiling, so God knows what's happening in the channel. But it's definitely time to go. This is a total lee shore, so if the wind came, this wouldn't be a very safe place to stay. Especially the bottom is a bit of a mixture of rocks and sand, so not too super holding either.
Can you take the main sheet in for me before your fishing rod gets tangled? Really feels like we've outstayed our welcome here. Time to move on. Not a good sign. You might be stuck on a rock already. Out!
Wow, this is insane! There's no wind, but the sea is just boiling. I think it must be the currents in between the islands and some remote wind, but this is like being in a sea storm.
With less than 6 knots of wind. It is insane. The current round here has to be seen to be believed, and it certainly has to be respected. The conditions out here on this otherwise calm day, I've never seen anything like it. The sea is just in a furious state. As far as I can tell, from next to nothing. Really started to come into that anchorage, and we had to leave, even though the wind hasn't picked up yet at all. Yeah, the current is just crazy. It's a full moon right now, which is the highest tidal range that we'll get in the month. And it really seems to be working its magic here. Hopefully we will be out of it in about half a mile. But we just got to punch through it with the engine as best we can. Peter's had an accident in the swell. He cut his foot. It doesn't look too good, but he'll be okay. He's not going to be moving around on deck too much or swimming after that though. So hopefully he can get it bandaged up.
That's it. I'm on sick leave. Stupidly, I stepped on one of the pins where the dodges attached them. It's gone through. Gonna be claiming benefits now. It's gonna cost him.
I think Bohemia can afford that.
We motored away from the furious currents in the hope of finding calmer waters. Fortunately, we found a little more wind and a lot less swell after only a few miles.
Single-handing today. The first mate is out of action with his injured foot. He's being weighted on hand and foot by the captain, as well as the captain having to sail the boat, trim the sails, and record a bit of it for you. What else? How long do you think you'll be out of action for?
Weeks on full pay.
What he doesn't know is that Bohemia's benefit package got massively scaled back last week. We sent out memos, but he must not have read them.
I'll read.
You see what we hire here on Sailing Bohemia? See what we have to put up with?
Okay, go on.
I am the life of a captain and a dog's body.
Going to try this beauty today. I actually made it. I found it on a beach, totally washed up and just white plastic. So I painted it. I used my friend's Veronica nail varnish and some glitter. So let's see whether that's gonna attract some fish.
Today's sail was a short hop to neighboring island, Isla Tiburon.
We're just going through a dangerous pass right now between Isla Tiburon over there and Isla Turner behind me. Fortunately, it's fairly low tide and the reefs that we're navigating between are just about peeping through the surface. The depth sounder for once is also working, but we have to be quite careful for the currents, which can sweep us sideways in this pass.
We arrived at Los Perros on Isla Tiburon, a wide open bay with good sand holding. The slightly greener backdrop made for a welcome change after our summer in the desert.
Okay, keep reversing.
It's getting tight.
Yeah. Okay, we bait now.
Bohemia's trust but verify policy serves as well. Whenever somebody claims that the work is done, and attention wanders to the cool beer waiting in the fridge.
The inspection.
What we got out? 100.
100 fiat.
Nice place.
Isla Tiburon is the largest island in the Sea of Cortez and was dedicated a nature reserve in 1963. The beautiful backdrop made for a memorable end to our summer in the Northern Sea as we began to ready the boat for our departure to the mainland. After a year of cruising, we finally got departure down to a T and could get Bohemia ready to sail in under 20 minutes.
That's it, nice little cup of tea.
The rocker stopper needs it more than you do. So our little online trick still works. The phone with the hotspot on, 50 feet in the air. It works wonders. No email, no one likes us still. Well, that was a snap decision. We were just sitting here and the wind picked up. We've been waiting for a really good window to make the big hop down south on the mainland side of the sea, and really there's nothing great coming up in the next week. But overnight tonight, it looks like our best shot. The weather just came in and we're going to take the chance and see what we can do.
So we've got about 14-hour journey ahead of us. It's already 1 p.m, so it's going to be overnighter. Our first overnighter since January, so yeah, let's see how that one goes. Most likely we will be anchoring at night, but the bay is wide open and there isn't any obstacles, so it should be fine, but you never know. Ready, Captain?
Ready!
With Bohemia fired up and ready to go, only the first mate's anchoring dance stood between us and the Mexican mainland.
We are going to the Mexican mainland! Yay! For the first time ever for us. Goodbye Baja, goodbye Midriff Islands. Hello tacos and margaritas and palapa bars. Finally.
Okay, let's get the sails out.
So,
Yeah.
when we get to the mainland, how many margaritas are you gonna have at once?
In one sitting, I think I could cope with 2. It's been a while, I'm looking forward to it. Crushed ice, margaritas, palm trees, palapas. That's what I've been hearing about the whole time we've been in the desert and the side of the Baja. So, yeah, bring it on. Hopefully everything's open, huh?
Every place we arrived on the Baja, I was like, well, there's no palm trees, no coconut, no palapa bars. Yes.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Let's
No
just move
palapas.
on. Let's get the priorities sorted, right? I didn't come to Mexico for not having margaritas on crushed ice. It's not what I was promised. apparently dream life.
I'm sorry, it might all come crashing down as soon as we first arrive on the mainland. Need something special to replace those dreams once they're shattered. Crushed like the ice.
Exactly, the only crushed thing I want to have is ice in my margarita. Get the sails up, please, will you? I haven't stopped myself all day. But you don't see that on the camera, you see. You only see what I want you to see.
So what haven't you stopped yourself from doing? I'm confused. Complaining? Just a bit of that.
Okay, time to switch this.
Join us next time on Sailing Bohemia, where we begin the big jump south to Sonora on the Mexican mainland.
Where we make it. Let's see.
We lose the wind only half a mile out of the anchorage,
Obviously this one likes Doritos.
but gain a mahi-mahi. And we're treated to a sunset at sea to begin the overnighter. Special thanks in this episode go to our newest patrons for their generous additions to Bohemia's cocktail cabinet. Thank you to Malcolm and his husband Andy from Australia. Thank you to Marcus from Nashville, Tennessee. And thank you to Chris,
Cheers!
who we had the pleasure of meeting on Isla Espiritu Santo.
Salvation.
If you enjoyed this episode, then please don't forget to tell YouTube all about it by giving the video a like, leaving a comment, and subscribing to the channel. See you next time!